Let's go.
Hey fam and friends! Montreal is packed with ice right now. We're having an ice storm. Well, that's what they call it. I say it's just really slippery and icy out there. We had a little bit of hailing rain, but that stopped, I think, last night. We were warned about this weather, and so on the news they tell us don't go out if you don't have to. Get all the essentials that you need a day or two before. We are warning everyone that there is an ice storm on the way. It's not as bad as they were talking about, which was highly exaggerated, but it is very slippery outside. I can't get down my front steps. I promised someone I'd pay them a visit to help them tidy up their house because it's very difficult for her to walk right now, and she is an elderly woman. So I'm not going to cancel that appointment because that would just hurt her feelings. What I'm going to do is figure out a way to get down these stairs because I don't think there's any salt left. But I have something to help me get down the stairs. I took a cloth with me, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. But I'm going to show you Montreal and what we're going through right now. So let me know where you're watching from and what's your weather like out there. First, I'm going to get my gloves on so I can hold on to this icy rail here. But if you see all the steps, that's just covered in ice. And my boots aren't gripping, so I had to figure something out. I threw my bag down because I don't want to hold anything while I'm going down the steps. So I'm going to get my gloves on. All right, the gloves are on. So now I can hold on. And for my step, I'm going to take this rag. It's a very dirty rag. Just put it down here. And step down on it. All right, that's pretty good. The other rag is in the bag, which I shouldn't have done. So I don't know how I'm going to keep getting down. I'm going to figure something out. All right, I am making it. Just gonna throw this one down and step on that. Okay, so there's no steps here, but here I can start walking. But this is what I'm going to be carrying along in case I get on some ice patches and I can't make it. As you can see here, all the branches are covered in icicles. One step at a time. All right, I'm on the road now. So the road is more concrete and there's rocks and it seems to be pretty good to walk. This is the bus shelter. That is all ice. Well, we are another day, and I'm at Sister Kim's place right now. She's working a double, so I came to watch the cat for her. So that ice storm was a couple of days ago. I didn't continue vlogging because the housework that I was doing for a friend turned out to be a lot of work. And I looked at it and I said, I'm going to be here for a while, so I'm not even going to turn the camera on because that will stretch out the time, and I didn't want to do that. So I did a thorough job as much as I could, considering her place hasn't been cleaned in a very long time. And like I had mentioned earlier in the video, she has trouble with her legs. She fell down a few times. She ended up in the hospital, and she kept calling me and she said, look, I really need help. Can you come? And finally one day I just said, yes, I'm going to come and help you. And that day landed on a time where they said we were going to have an ice storm. So that's why it was so important not to say no to her, because she was really looking forward to her place. And she's very particular. Things have to be in a certain place, and things like, you must have my coffee table here. My side table has to be here. She said that a couple of family members came in and rearranged her furniture just so she won't fall down. And that makes a lot of sense. When I got there, she said, and I did talk to her, I said, let's be careful about this. Let's not put your furniture back the way that you want it in case there's another accident. You have to really think about that. So she gave it some thought. She turned around and she said, okay, we'll just move it a little bit. And I did that. But again, she did call me the next day. She was very happy. She said, I'm glad my place looks good. I feel better. So I'm very glad to hear that. I don't think I have to go back for a while. But in the meantime, she's there now and enjoying her home. The ice storm didn't turn out to be as bad as I thought it would. It was a long walk to get to her place from the bus stop, but like I had mentioned in the video, it was concrete and rocks. People were out doing their thing. It wasn't as bad, but I am grateful that we do get warnings. They do tell us to make sure we have the things that we need in our homes. They shut down the schools. I am grateful for that, so I really can't complain about it. So like I said, today I went to volunteer at the hospital, and then I came here and I told Sister Kim I'll come over and I'll spend the night. I'll watch the cat for her, because it's very hard. You know, Sister Kim's at work doing a double. Anybody who's a pet owner will see, you know, my cat's there, who's watching my cat, who's watching my dog. You start thinking about the animals and you don't want to leave them alone for a long time. So I can understand that. So if I can come, I will. And then, you know, I don't know if I'll always do it, but if I can, I'll make a point to coming and helping out with that. And I like Mew Mew. So I came in at 5 and I laid down for a few minutes. I said, I'm just going to lay down for a few minutes. A few minutes turned into 2 hours and 15-minute nap. So I realized how tired I was, but it feels good. I feel refreshed. I'm about to have some soup now, and I gave the cat some food. So I have little responsibilities when I come here. Make sure the cat has fresh water, make sure the cat has some food. You know, I'm going to take out the garbage, check the recycle, do little things that I can to help out. She's my big sister, and I'm grateful to have her, and I'm grateful to always be able to help out. Because on my way here, I was thinking, you know, it's a blessing to have responsibilities. What if I had a life with no responsibilities, just waking up and not doing nothing, not being depended on by nobody. It's great to have responsibilities. There is one thing playing on my mind. My mother is in a residence at the moment, and I haven't gone to see her in a couple of weeks. So that's playing on my mind. I really got to make a point to go visit her and spend some good time with her. And she's a little further, she's pretty far actually, from around the neighborhood where I am, but I'm still gonna, you know, get out there to see her, and I'm excited to see her. She'll be glad about that. But as I was reflecting on my life, I was just thinking, you know, I am very grateful for having responsibilities in life, and I can't see myself living a life without having any. I don't mean being responsible for myself, but having responsibilities where other people can depend on me. And I'm very, very glad for that. I think that's God's goodness in my life. And considering I'm not all that with God at all. So I am grateful that he gives me opportunities to help out. And Sister Kim is a little bit older than me. We're not far in age at all, but she's a little bit older than me. But I still consider that she is older, and if I can help out in some way, I will. And she helps me out, like I have mentioned in lots of other videos. She helps me out in tons and tons of ways. People don't really see it, but she helps me out quite a bit. She helps me out a lot. So I'm grateful for her, and I'm grateful for other people in my life. And I'm grateful for what God does when he gives me something to help someone else with, you know. That's why it's very important. Very, very important. I'm going to go check on my start the soup. One moment, fam. I'm going to warm up some lentil soups. Organic lentil soup. So as I was saying, it is important for me to take care of myself, so that I don't end up sick in the hospital and I can't be depended on. I was thinking about that too on my way here, and how grateful I am not to be in a hospital, not to be bedridden. I mean, it can happen, but it's just a reminder to take care of myself so that I can be help to someone else. That soup is tasting just a little bit bland. I'm going to see what I can find. What's that? Oxtail seasoning? No, I'm not going to put that. I got to put something in it. What is this? Sister Kim always got some good stuff down here. Seasoning with chili, basil, tomato, parsley, and garlic. Yeah, I think that'll be just about right to put in the soup. This should add some flavor. I also think it needs salt as well. And I'll put some salt in it. Some of these already made soups in a can are so flavorless. So most times I need to add some spice to it. And I have to remember to clean up after myself because this is not my house. And even if it was my house, it's a good habit to have. To put away my things, clean it up, especially before I eat, so that when I get up, if I'm feeling a little sluggish after eating, it's already done. So I'm going to wash this pot here. So those were my thoughts for my reflection today. Those are one of the things in life that I'm very grateful to God. And my diet is not the best. Definitely tastes better with the spices. As I was saying, my diet is extremely poor right now, especially with the moving, unpacking, trying to organize that little room, going to work. I did not do any cooking hardly at all in the past 3 weeks. A little bit here, a little bit there, but nothing much. So I found a cheap little Haitian restaurant that I was introduced to. They make really nice food, and it's less than $20 for rice, plantain, some stewed pork, Um, what else was it? Some salad. Uh, yeah, and some salad. And it was so tasty. The rice was tasty. The plantains were made perfect. The stewed pork had fat on it. There was gravy on it. It was so delicious for under $20. And I got into a bad habit of ordering from them a lot because it tastes like a home cooked meal and I don't have to cook and I'll just order and order and order. But I haven't ordered from them in a while now. I can't keep doing that. So that's what I was reflecting on today. Just really, take care of myself so I don't end up in the hospital, end up sick. I want to be depended on. I want someone to need my help for something. And I also am in need. I need help all the time. And I get the help. I ask for it and I get help. So God is good. That's all I have to say. God is good. But God is very good. And it's a blessing to help someone, and it's a blessing to get help as well. So I'm just grateful, very grateful for that. This soup is tasting delicious. Yum. Even being responsible with pets. So my sister has a cat, Sister Kim has a cat. So I have some responsibilities with the cat on occasions. And now I'm living with my daughter and she has a dog and I do help out with the little dog. I will take the dog out for a walk from time to time, but this is new to me because I have never been a pet, how do you say this? A pet lover, or I had a dog once and that situation just didn't work out. I don't have that in me to nurture pets. So I wasn't really big on animals. And mind you, my children often asked me, Mom, can we have a dog? I did it once. Mom, can we have a cat? And I just kept telling them, no, 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 no. And now that I'm older and I'm looking back on that, I'm thinking to myself, I was a mean person because I could have stepped outside of myself to let my children have a pet so they can learn how to nurture an animal and have that nurturing spirit in them to have something to take care of so they can have that. And I think that's very healthy for kids to have animals. I think it's very healthy. It teaches a lot of responsibility. But I wasn't that kind of parent. I never did that. I do kind of regret that today. So I just know that now in this time of my life, I seem to be around animals. And I have to admit, I've come to love them. I love the little doggy that I have at my daughter's house, and I love this little cat. I find this cat is so special. This is a very special cat. Mew Mew is special. Well, I'm going to go get Mew Mew. Okay, I won't pick you up. That didn't work out. The cat doesn't want to be picked up. I used to be able to pick up this cat when it was more little and just pet him, but he doesn't want that right now. He's big and he's saying, look, it put me down. All right, Mew Mew. So, like I was saying, so it's definitely a different experience for me, and I'm enjoying it. Another thing I'm grateful for, and I noticed that I am enjoying it, and I do care because sometimes if I'm coming home a little late from work, I'm thinking about the dog, and I'm like, oh, my daughter's not home. I got to get home fast. I got to take the dog out. And that's on my heart, and I'm like, wow, okay. Looks like I'm starting to love animals. I don't think I'll go out and get an animal or get a dog, even if I have my own place. I can't see me really doing that. But it is, and if I do that, I think it's because more for safety reasons. Like if I'm sleeping and someone's at the door, a dog will make a sound. So that will wake me up and I'll be like, okay, maybe for something like that. But, I've never really been a pet owner, nurturer like that. But this is definitely a different time in my life, and I'm learning to enjoy it. I really appreciate having the responsibilities. And I'd like to know if you own a pet, how long have you had your animal? A pet, even a bird, anything, and where are you watching from? Please leave a comment. Now, this cat is definitely not supposed to be on the couch. That's why there's a picture on the couch to train the cat to get off. But when I'm here, you have to get off, Mew Mew. You're not allowed on there. You know you're not allowed on there. Come on. Get down. That's it. Okay, now you're eating your din din. I gave you some fresh water. Just having Purina cat chow. Meow, 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 meow. Come on. Come on, meow, meow. Come on. Come on. Thanks for staying with me in this video, family and friends. I'm going to end the video because I'm going to clean up the litter box and I had a couple of other things to do. But this was a nice, short, little, sweet video, and I'm very glad that you stayed with me in it. I'll see you in the next video, and you all have a good day, night, evening, or morning, whatever time you're watching from. And do leave a comment, and do hit the like button. Do subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you're a pet owner, tell me what pet you're owning. Get into the comments. Write to me. I would love to hear from you. Bye for now.